My wife would get so damn mad at me for having these yellow legal pads all over the house and the office. And so then when we switched to JobTread, I mean, not only did it clear up desk space, but it cleared up a ton of time.
Yeah. And probably some headspace.
Yeah, that too, man. I mean, the first time I did a big estimate on JobTread, when I got done, I looked at the clock and I was like, holy crap, I did this in one night. Like, it's just a couple hours. Like, this is amazing. I will never go back to doing anything else.
Welcome to the Onsite Podcast. We chat with contractors, educators, industry professionals about the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. So without further ado, let's fucking get into it.
Welcome back to the Onsite Podcast, episode 53. That's crazy. Super excited to dig into this conversation today. We've got Andrew Cobb. Andrew is with Cobb Construction, and he's from Clear Lake, Iowa. He's been in the community for about 3-4 months now. I think you came from JobTread, actually, as a referral partner from them, which was awesome. And him and I have been working very closely just on some marketing, some sales framework, a couple different things just to really expose his business. And so, I really wanted to get him on today just to talk about his business. He's in kind of a destination, location where it's more tourists. And so I thought it'd be a great conversation just about building that type of business. So Andrew, thanks so much for jumping on the podcast today.
You bet. Happy to be here.
Awesome. Well, dude, everyone wants to probably know who they're talking to before we get into things. So If you don't mind sharing a little bit about who you are, where you're from, what you do, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. Well, I'm from Clear Lake, Iowa here. I was actually born in the area about 10 minutes away from here and grew up, started doing a little bit of construction, actually kind of middle school, high school. My stepdad had a home improvement company. We did windows and siding and roofing. And so that's where I really got started. Stepped away from that kind of during high school. And then in 2010, a friend of mine decided he was going to start a construction company. So I hopped back in and worked with him for just over a decade. And we went from just doing roofs to building custom homes and all sorts of other random stuff, commercial stuff. Learned a ton while I was with him and decided in 2021 that I wanted to spread my wings and try my own thing.
When was COVID? I know that's a swear word.
Yeah. Yeah, we decided we were going to do this in July of 21. And my wife, for some reason, told me to go for it. And So
was COVID already a thing, or was it kind of past at that point?
Well, so it was a thing. It was kind of tapering off. There was still not a lot of people around here were super worried about it. But if you had a cold, they didn't want you in their house.
Right. Well, dude, that's a wild time. Not that long ago, 2021, my business was running during COVID. And it was when I honestly experienced some of the hardest fucking times of my life. Up here in Canada, we I don't know if I can even really say too much, but it was fucking ridiculous. Like the regulations and all the stipulations and all the things. When you think back to it, it's like a cartoon, like in a roundabout way. It's like, are we dead ass that this is what's going on right now? Like absolutely crazy shit. And I don't want to make this whole episode about COVID, but at the end of the day, no, that's cool, man. So Clear Lake, Iowa started in 2021. So there's a place here in Alberta called Sylvan Lake. You can check it out. It has a big, large body of water, and you can actually walk out in the water. Like it's one of the most tourist destinations in Alberta. Like it services from Calgary and Edmonton. And so two larger city centers feed this place. It's only really about an hour and a half away from each city. And over millions of people, descend on this location, which sounded very similar to like your situation. So it's like one day it's like millions of people there, and then the next day they're not, And so I was like, this is going to be a cool conversation because my uncle lives in Sylvan. And so he did a remodel. He did a kind of a flip, and it was not good. Like the contractors that were available to him were not good. And I feel like that it's probably potentially there primarily because they're just the consistency of serviceability is here and there. So I'd love for you to kind of share a little bit with the listeners, what is the Clear Lake situation like in Iowa? Like, What is it like there?
Yeah. So like you said, it's a big tourist town, and it's also extremely saturated with small, like one-man contractors, a lot of handyman type stuff. So we really wanted to position ourselves differently to where we could focus on the nicer projects, working on the lake homes. A lot of the homes here aren't occupied all year. So our tourist season is from Memorial Day to Labor Day. And then like our population cuts by like 60% or
Crazy.
I mean, it's our winter population is like maybe around like 7,500.
Oh,
But
small. Okay.
in the summer, it's like triple that. And you get around the 4th of July and there might be 100,000 people in town. We have a huge 4th of July celebration here. So the summer here is super busy. But so, we try to spread our wings into the surrounding communities too to make sure we can stay busy all winter. But it's a busy place in the summer.
Crazy. I'm just trying to bring up the map for Clear Lake so we can kind of get a glimpse of the size of this lake and the body of water. I love half lake life.
Sure.
In another life, I had a cabin and they got rid of it just as things changed and we're transitioning. Well, like we lived on the lake, lived on the water. It was just like a normal experience. Okay, so cool. Oh, it's like right in connected to the city.
So the city's kind of built around it. We're right on the main interstate that connects us to Minneapolis and Des Moines. So it's kind of we have a lot of people that live in Des Moines, which is that's our state capital.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of people that live in Des Moines that have summer houses up here. Oh yeah. Little airport.
Yeah. Crazy.
Those little lake cabins are probably one of the most challenging things we have because a lot of people want to remodel them. They hardly have footings under them. Like it's a challenge.
Yeah. Is it a deep body of water? Like what's the depth of the water?
There's parts of it that are 20 plus.
Okay.
So, but we also have nice shallows. So it's a big fishing lake too. So they host muskie fishing tournaments, walleye tournaments. It's a big ice fishing lake. So we actually have a fish hatchery on the lake too, where they stock a lot of bodies of water in Iowa.
Okay. That's cool, man. Love it. Yeah. Very similar to Sylvan, just in a different way. Lake life is not for everyone, but it is for the people that it's for them. Like it's their life. Yeah. Hitting up Costco on the way to the lake on the weekend, loading up the car full of shit, and then just getting after it.
Hey, we've got an ad here. Make sure to pay attention. What's up, guys? Are you a contractor or business owner looking to take things to the next level? Well, I've got something for you. The Elite Builder Society is a community that helps contractors grow and scale. For $49 a month, you can have access to 20 group coaching calls. Look, you're probably wondering, how am I going to show up to 20 calls, Brandon? That's a lot. And yeah, it is a lot for $49 a month. But every call is recorded so you can watch it at your leisure. But you get the best experience when you're live on the call with us. Okay, at the end of every webinar, there will be a Q&A where you can ask the industry expert questions that you can implement into your business. Look, if you're ready to take things to the next level for $49 a month, go to ebsworks.com and register today. I look forward to seeing you inside the community.
So I'm curious, like, are you on the water or where are you at? Like, are you on like a little acreage or?
No, yeah. So we actually got an acreage just like 10 minutes outside of town, like 5 acres, and about 2.5 miles off the blacktop, off on a gravel, and it's peaceful.
Any like no animals or anything like that? No farming, just
no. We've got some chickens and
you do, yeah, cool.
Yeah, we have some chickens and we've got a few dogs. I do a lot of pheasant hunting, so we've got some pointing dogs and other than that, no livestock.
No livestock. I was at Safeway's a grocery store here in Canada. I could be I don't know, whatever, it doesn't matter. And I was getting some eggs yesterday, and there are apparently double yolk eggs. You can just buy them. Yeah, that's a thing. I just learned this yesterday. How long has this been a thing for?
Oh, it just happens.
Oh, I know, but there's cartons of double yolk
so
eggs.
They separate them out. So like you'll get like. It happens. Our chickens will lay double yolk eggs all the time. They're just like they're almost like a jumbo egg, and 2 yolks in them.
Oh.
I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, but like I didn't realize that was a business. Like I found this like carton. It was like double yolks, and I was like, well, I thought that happens like once in a while. And then I was thinking, I was like, okay, maybe they can organize it. And I was just out with my girlfriend getting some shit. And
it's interesting. First time I saw one, I kind of was crazy. I'm like, what the heck?
How many chickens do you have?
Right now we got maybe a dozen, and you'll get one every couple of weeks.
Okay, one every couple of weeks.
Yeah.
What do you do? Do you like celebrate? Do you announce
it? No, just crack it and eat it.
Sorry, it's a new thing for me. Construction podcast goes down a rabbit hole talking about double yolk eggs.
Right.
Cool, man. Okay, so on an acreage, got a couple chickens, got a family. Tell us a little bit about your family. Who do you got? And,
so got my wife and 4 kids, 22, 21, 18, and 12.
Wow. There you go. Good job. You got that written down?
No. I probably should have. I'm surprised I didn't mess it up.
Oh, dude, I was like, there's no way he's gonna do this. And you ripped it off. Yeah, I'm great with that. I'm great with my kids' birthdays, but their birth dates, I fumble that all the time. My daughter calls me out on it all the time. She's like, you don't even know. You don't even know the date.
I have to remember my own birthday.
Yeah, well, I try not to think about it. She tells me that I'm 50, so I think I got a long way before that. But cool, man. So you've been on your own since 2021.
Yeah,
servicing a destination lake, spot, and servicing, larger scale custom remodels, new construction, all that kind of stuff. So tell us a little bit about what kind of projects you got going on at the moment or coming up.
Yeah. So right now we've got it's a lake project. It was early 1900s house. It's like a 3,200 square foot. It was supposed to be a remodel that turned into like a 90% gut. Yeah.
I love those ones.
Yeah. We found a whole bunch of rot and it was rough. It was a can of worms. The more you opened it up, the more you found that was wrong. And luckily we had a great
Mm-hmm.
customer that he wanted us to do it right, do it once. He didn't want to do it again. And then in the midst
that's Lakefront?
Yeah, that's
okay.
Lakefront. And then so he had a really large lot.
Mm-hmm.
In the midst of this, or at the beginning of it, he decided he wanted to add a garage with a guest house above it. So
shit.
Yeah, we ended up putting up a 2,000 square foot garage with a 1,600 square foot apartment upstairs.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so it turned into, without changing the timeline of the project, might I add. And,
wow.
So we had to bring in a lot of trade partners on this one to help us get it done. But it's been challenging to say the least, but it's also been a gigantic learning experience. That was one of the things we talked about. One of our one-on-one calls is the customer wanting this done, and you had told me, like, essentially stop trying to self-perform everything and get some trade partners in there. Like, what are you doing? So that was kind of a wake-up call for me. Like, you're right, we got to get this done. So that very next day I started making phone calls, and I think maybe we're just over 70 days in on this build, and we're doing trims inside and the siding's finished outside. And it's a huge project, and we just rolled through it.
Yeah, that's great, man. I mean, it's a game changer when you do bring in, a team of people. Like, I talk about this quite a bit on my coaching calls, that you're honestly, like, you're trying to build a Super Bowl winning team, starting lineup of trades, vendors, suppliers, and people to really just help you press that project forward. And it's almost expected by the clients as well to have really good partnerships and arrangements. Like, don't get me wrong, you're talented in so many different ways in doing all the things, but like these other people that do all the things all the time are just going to be just a little bit better and a little bit more efficient and a lot more focused on doing the damn thing, and so what that means for the client is that it just moves that project forward faster, more efficiently. And dude, I'm glad that was that aha moment for you. And we have still so many more in front of you. Like, you're a talented guy, and you've got some great opportunities. And one of the hardest things about being a contractor that most people have is just like answering the damn phone, communicating with their clients and holding yourself accountable and having some integrity. And so this sounds like a huge project, and I can't wait for the photos of that, because I know I've been like poking you to get some more photos, and we should definitely get some professional ones of that one. I think that would be a really good situation, and it sounds like a happy client.
Yeah, they are. At the end of the summer, after the landscaping's all buttoned up, I'm going to have a professional photographer come in and get some good pictures.
Yeah, let's try to convince that client into doing a little bit of a video testimonial too. I think that'd be great. That's a huge project, a lot of obstacles, a lot of challenges, and and those are the stories that you really got to share, because if anybody's listening, one of the things that I talked with Andrew about specifically is, like, you have to show you solve problems for your clients. This is a big fucking problem. Like, solve the big problem, build a build a big project, and took on new responsibilities in the middle of your schedule and tried to stay on schedule by having all these additions. That's significant. And so that's a big problem that was solved. And in a, destination location, I think those are really, really important attributes that future clients would like to really consider when they are looking for a contractor. So, most contractors struggle at just the easy things: answer the phone, respond to an email, right? But these are the solutions to the problems that you're providing for your customers. So you really got to, and we're going to help you with that. We really got to make sure that we expose that as much as possible. Okay, so huge project that you're working on, you're going to wrap up. Then what? Then what do you got?
So then we've got, in a neighboring town, maybe about a half hour away, we've got a pretty significant, I guess, remodel / addition. We're going to take off half of a customer's house and rebuild about 1,200 square foot. And so that'll be a nice little addition there. And we've got a few other small projects that I like to work in as kind of fill-in projects. So we've got a few things here and there to sprinkle in, replacing doors in a house and just a few other like rando things. And then we're working on we've got a few more in the pipeline. I don't want to jinx them yet, but we're in talks with a few other people, and it could be a new door opened.
Cool, man. That's exciting.
Yeah.
I love that. I mean, that's some good progress. Like 2021 starting out, tail end of COVID, getting fresh into the business. How long have you been with JobTread?
So we started in JobTread. Oh man, I bet we're probably maybe a year and a half in.
Okay.
Yeah, and it has been a game changer for us.
Yeah.
In the time saved in estimating, the invoicing part of it. I used to do it all by like in QuickBooks, manual entry. And my estimating used to be on yellow legal pads. So I had these yellow legal pads all over my wife.
Carbon copy?
Yes. Oh no, just regular old legal pads.
Oh no way.
Oh yeah. So
you hand wrote the whole thing out.
I did. So I'd be like trying to figure where did I put the drywall estimate for this? I'm flipping through pages, looking. My wife would get so damn mad at me for having these yellow legal pads all over the house and the office. And so then when we switched to JobTread, I mean, not only did it clear up desk space, but it cleared up a ton of time.
Yeah. And probably some head space.
Yeah, that too, man. I mean, the first time I did a big estimate on JobTread, when I got done, I looked at the clock and I was like, holy crap, I did this in one night. Like, it's just a couple hours. Like, this is amazing. I will never go back to doing anything else.
One night.
Yeah. Like, I mean, when you put an estimate together on like a big addition or a whole house, it take a couple of days to do the takeoff and everything. Oh my gosh, it's been a game changer. And
let's try to get that down to 30 minutes.
Yeah, right. And then
I just found that so funny because it's like, I thought you're like, oh yeah, okay, well. I understand estimates, years prior to technology. There were a lot of process, but like what we got with technology that we have now, I don't know if you have a Claude integrated with JobTread.
I do now.
Do you?
I do.
It went from legal paper to Claude integrated AI JobTread.
I did takeoff in 3 minutes. Like, so not only did I do that, I actually went into my lumber yard and talking to the guy that I work with directly, my sales guy, and I told him about it. I'm like, dude, this will change your life. For him, it's such a long turnaround to get takeoff done. So he messed around with it on the weekend and he came back and now they're implementing it.
That's crazy.
And so, I got my lumberyard talked into using it too.
That's amazing. Well, we have, I know that you signed up for our AI group. And so you might be already a little bit advanced in that, which is fine. Our first meeting's this Thursday. So this is airing almost a month and a half later to that. So we'll be pretty far into that group by the time this is aired. Yeah. But we found that and we're going all over the place. And so I apologize to the listeners if this is a squirrely conversation, but I mean, I'm a squirrely guy and I think Andrew, you probably fitting into the same box. So it's fine. Yeah. But me and Zach were talking, he's my executive assistant. We were talking about how do we share the AI technology that we're learning in real time? Because what we learn today is already different tomorrow, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to do it together. We're going to do it with everyone. And so we're going to start at level 1, how to get Claude integrated on your computer, integrate it with your Google Google and with JobTread and other construction management softwares, whatever you're using, because not everyone just specifically uses JobTread. You know, there are other people that use different types of software, which is totally fine, and it's to each their own. But using the product to simplify the business is huge. So we're going to start at level 1 and kind of progress and grow from there. So, you know, by the time this airs, you'll be a fucking wizard with AI.
It's been game changing. I used it for 2 days to help me clean up my JobTread, help me clean up my catalog, organize things. It showed me I had a bunch of unclosed jobs out there. I wasn't like bids that were lost. I hadn't like put in there the reason or it. So like my conversion rate wasn't accurate. So like Claude has helped me a ton to really get a more clear picture of what our business is. And we even integrated it with our QuickBooks.
I love it. That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's new, but we jumped right in.
I mean, you got to, man. Like, that's the thing. Like, so many people aren't, though. Like, you know, like,
right.
Like, I was doing a bit of like a poll, and like, I understand all the JobTread users, the majority of them are already doing this, right? They're already using these AI integrations, but like, so many people aren't. Like, I bet you it's over 90% of contractors barely use these tools in ways that would really benefit their business. Like, I had to like beg some people to like download ChatGPT, and now I'm like, yeah, I don't really use ChatGPT anymore. It's just mostly like Claude and all these other tools specifically. And I feel for those businesses, because ultimately what is going to happen, right, in the next probably 18 to 24 months, if you bundle up all of the administrative service tasks inside of any service-based business, and they depend on a person to execute and organize and facilitate, what you just did would have normally taken weeks, maybe months to do and cost thousands of dollars. You did it on your own, not as a programmer, from a guy that came from writing on legal paper not that long ago to using a year ago to using AI at its fullest capabilities. I mean, the other people that are still writing on legal paper are going to get swallowed up, because you're going to be able to be so competitive with your price point and your efficiency and the way you deliver, you know, your services. Your competitors just won't be able to even compete. Like, that's just physically impossible. It's cool, man. That's awesome.
What's up, guys? I hope you're enjoying this episode of the On-Site Podcast. So here's the deal. We want to grow this show, and we need your help. It's simple. Pay the tax, share the show. That's it. Let's get back into it.
So great projects coming up. JobTread user loves it. Family, 4 kids.
Yeah.
It's crazy. My son just turned 18. And so your oldest is 22, you said?
Yep.
Yeah. That's fun. That's a fun age, man. Like, my son is like, we're more like buddies. He's actually going to be on the podcast I think he's going to be on next week, actually, which is going to be unique. And it's going to be a unique experience. He's getting into the trades, and we're more like buddies. We're more like buddies now than, you know, like than father. I mean, we're still like, you know, father son type things, but it's just cool. You're not fighting about stupid shit anymore. Like cleaning your room, you know, like how many times can I tell you to clean your room? I don't need to do that anymore. We're past that point.
Right. Yeah. If you don't clean it, you got to live in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let me throw some more garbage in there. That's funny. This is what your home's gonna look like. How the reflection of your future, you know. And then you start waking up and you're like, oh shit, like I guess the home doesn't look like my room does. So then they start to wake up a little bit, and it's fun. It's a fun age. My daughter's 14. She's still, you know, herself, which is fun. Still love her to death, and it's an awesome little relationship that we all have together, which is great. Okay, what else do we want to jump into? Anything else you want to, you know, kind of share with some of the listeners? Got some great projects going on. I guess maybe we should throw you guys a plug. So if anybody's looking to work with Andrew in Clear Lake, or knows anyone in Clear Lake that has a beautiful vacation property that wants to, you know, do some crazy shit, you can definitely reach out to Andrew and his team on Instagram. Where can they find you, Andrew?
It's Cobb Construction CL.
There we go. And just to be clear, Andrew is just getting into posting content. So even though he does all these things, all these magical projects, he hasn't told anyone. So we're gonna help him. He's gonna start telling people about all the things that he does. But we're gonna go check out his website. Let's go check out your website, Andrew, and we'll take a look at, you know, there you go, beautiful lake country. Like, but what kind of bugs do you get? Because like at our lake, there's two different types of lakes. So we have horse flies, and mosquitoes, like fish flies.
Oh, so we've got tons of mosquitoes. We've got tons of flies. But so in the spring, we have these things called Mayflies. And oh man, from like May to July, if you walk outside next to the lake, you almost got to cover your mouth and your nose. Otherwise,
No
you're
way.
inhaling these things, dude. They will.
Are they little?
I mean, they're probably maybe a half an inch or so, but they don't bite or anything. It's just a ridiculous. There's tons of them, millions of them. They'll cover entire sides of houses. You got to walk through clouds of them. Like it's brutal to work on the lake in May and June.
You wear like a headset, like
Oh man, you almost need to, like a mosquito net or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
So people with the lake life, they come out to the lake. I remember one of the buddies of mine. He always would spray this like repellent on his trough and stuff because they would get so many webs. It was like a farmer grade shit. So he was the only house with no bugs on his property at all. Everything was cleared. I'm sure we were dying as we were walking around it.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, it's part of the lifestyle. Like if you go to the lake, you're literally going to potentially inhale, 10 or 20 bugs that day.
At least.
It's part of the life. Cool. So let's just scroll down here. So we got the beautiful background there. You can connect with him right here. A couple amazing projects, new construction, remodels. There's you and your wife. What does your wife do within the business? Again,
So
I know she's been on a lot of the calls with us.
Yeah, she takes care of a lot of the back end stuff, bookkeeping, payroll, essentially the lifeblood of keeping the business afloat. She gets on me when I'm not sending invoices fast enough.
Oh, now we got Claude to help us.
I know, right? So no, she does a lot of the unseen stuff that really keeps us moving.
Cool. Yeah. So if anybody wants to connect with Andrew, just go check him out here. What is the website called again?
It is www.cobb-construction.com.
Okay, cool. Yeah, if you want to connect with Andrew, go check out his stuff. You'll be in good hands. Anything else you want to share with our listeners today? It's been a great conversation, a little bit of laughs, a little bit of similarities, and no, it's been great, man.
Yeah, before we're done here, I am going to throw you a plug on this. The one-on-one coaching with you has been a big change for our business. It's changed the way I show customers their estimates. The transparency has been received well, where it's like there's no, what we've talked about, how I break them down has been super well received. The mindset changes that I've had to have in how I'm running our trade partners, how I'm running our projects, how I'm viewing potential customers has been a huge, huge game changer. I would highly recommend looking at this.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I don't ask for these plugs.
No. That's legit. That's legit.
Yeah, I love that. It's cool that you came through JobTread too. I've kind of like internally dedicated myself just to JobTread. Like there are so many different construction management softwares that like are in our inbox. Like Jobber reached out to us, huge company, turned it down. And the primary reason is because like the things that you're experiencing that you're getting from JobTread, like you'd still have a great experience even without me using JobTread, but I think the benefit of incorporating me with you using JobTread allows you to just see things from a different perspective. Like there's so many different ways to price projects. Fixed price, cost plus, there's all these different options that exist, and everybody is like spitting all their shit on all the people, and it becomes really noisy, and I think like what's really unique about what you learned through this experience was like our job as contractors is to provide an efficient experience. Social media is a form of an exposure of an experience, and I think when you run that as part of a business, you have to think about all sides. You have to think about the client's needs and wants. You have to think about the subs' needs and wants. You have to think about your own needs and wants. You have to think about your family's needs and wants. And so there's a lot of different like super personal things that are all dictated by the way we present our proposals, the way we manage our projects, the way we operate our business. And so those are a lot of the things, that I just shared with you. And it was just great that you and your wife, we're always showing up, always well received, always, just really head focused on learning and adapting and then seeing results. I know that next project that's coming up started a little bit higher and then kind of dwindled its way down to where it is right now. But like still, I think you were still pretty impressed with how well that was received by that client and allowed you to have just a real conversation. Because like sometimes just being real is what needs to happen. So no, I love working with you, dude. And I think that's kind of the reciprocated situation. I don't really know how to explain this, but like that client that you had when you're just finishing up right now, that was a great client, right?
Yeah.
You would work with people like that all the time.
100%.
Right. And so it's the same thing with me. Like all I want to do is work with people that want to work with me. Yeah. And I want to work with people that are willing to, advance their business, show up to calls and implement some of the things that we talk about, because the shit works, and you're, an experience of what that experience is like. So I appreciate your feedback and your validation for what we do for you. Anything else you want to share with us?
Not anything that I can think of off the top of my head.
All right, that's cool, man. Well, dude, great conversation. Again, if you want to connect with Andrew to talk to him about any construction projects you want to talk about, my coaching, do whatever you want to do, go shoot him a DM on Instagram or connect with him on his website. Great contractor. Do you know who David Casavan is?
I don't.
He's an online contractor as well. He's got an Instagram. Go check him out on Instagram. But him and I talked a little bit. You kind of look like him. And he wears a hat too. Him and I have chatted quite a bit. But anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there. Dude, great conversation. Thank you so much. Until next time.
Thanks, Brandon.
All right, that concludes this episode of the On-Site Podcast. Remember, if you enjoyed this episode, please pay the tax, share the show. Guys, if you want to be a part of the Elite Builder Society, all you got to do is pay $49 a month. That's it. $49 a month. You get 20 group coaching calls every month. Okay? Go to ebsworks.com and register today. If you enjoyed the show, please pay the tax and share the show.